Rate cuts have been sharp, and on the transmission front, we've seen transmission improve considerably over the past few months because of a couple of factors. There is way too much liquidity with banks, and they are chasing assets, and the fact that a number of loans have been benchmarked in terms of their interest rates to market rates, which again sort of reflect the policy rate change, will help the transmission. So there will be some transmission. I'm not too sure of certain sectors like aviation, hospitality, and so forth, which have borne the brunt of the COVID virus, whether banks would be willing to lend to them at significantly lower rates or will it be willing to lend to them at all. So that there is clearly a cloud of uncertainty over these categories, and I think only fiscal policy which gives them relief will help. The spike in the NPAs is partially been taken care of by the forbearance and the relaxation of the asset classification norms. Going forward, we really don't know. Beyond the period in which this forbearance operates, there could be a number of companies that have cash flow difficulties and so forth. So this will have to be a dynamic decision taken by the RBI, depending on how badly affected sectors are, which sectors are really sort of completely decimated by the virus, and how long they take to recover. So for the moment, yes, NPLs will not see a spike, but going forward, they could see an increase, but I'm sure the RBI stands ready to respond to the challenges as and when they arise. The RBI does have some more ammunition left in its armory. One of the things that it can do, which it still hasn't done, is direct buying of both corporate bonds and commercial paper from the markets. There are certain legal barriers to it, but they can be circumvented. So if we go by the example of the Fed or the ECB, they have introduced direct lines of funding for CPs and corporate bonds and so forth. The idea being that even if banks are, despite the term LTRO facility, unwilling to lend, then the RBI just does it directly and doesn't take any chances